Hi guys, it's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do, excuse me, a quick flip through of my completed Cocoa Daisy insert for September. I will leave a link to my setup in the card. Sorry. Anyway, so I used the Daisy Dory standard size insert for my planning and kind of doing a few memory keeping things for September. So like you saw all of this in my setup video. I had like a go see do page, some goals. Didn't really get a lot accomplished. We were sick for the first week and a half of September, and then my daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter were here because of Florence, and yeah, then I'm sick again, so it is what it is. But this was like the first full week of September, and I have really discovered that I enjoy horizontal planning for whatever reason. I don't know, I'm really liking it for right now. And then I had done a 2-page like editorial calendar for blog and YouTube, which I did not really use. Like I said, I was sick a lot of the time. So I just glued it shut because whatever. This was my September mood board, which I really, really liked. I only managed to do yoga a couple of times, but it is what it is. So this was my first memory keeping spread. Rowan had his first day of preschool. And I love how this turned out. I do have a post-it here just because I have the name of his school written there, and I don't really want to put that on the internet. And then just a little bit of journaling about sending my last baby to school. And then that was the little photos that I took on our front porch. And then these were like some video and blog ideas. Enough said about my fail in that. And then this was like a satellite photo of Florence that I took and put in here, and I just kind of journaled about that. We don't have, I don't really have a lot of experience like worrying about hurricanes because we live in the Midwest, so there's no oceans nearby. But my daughter and son-in-law are in the Navy in Virginia, and so we had been watching that and growing more and more concerned. But they're, you know, they just got a lot of rain and that was it, and they're safe, and they went back and everything was fine. So and then I posted this on Instagram. We assigned Rowan up for soccer, and this was his very first soccer game on a cold and rainy and windy Saturday. And I just kind of, you know, wrote a little bit about that. He's not a huge fan of team sports or playing. He does enjoy getting all dressed up in his soccer outfit, as he calls it. And of course, the post-game snack, he's all about that. So I think this is really cute. And then more of my weekly spreads. I used some stickers from the Planner Shack, and I thought that was really cute. She had excuse me, she has mini kits, and so I bought one just to try out and see how I liked it. I'll try to remember to leave a link to her shop down below. This like Mom Life stacked cut. Actually, I think all the stickers on this page except for this Fox and Pip are from the Planner Shack. So I like how that turned out. And then this is the current week, and I just used some leftover stickers from my Happy Planner spread to mark that. And then this was just like another, I had taken this photo in Snapchat earlier in the summer, so I just kind of journaled a little bit about the end of summer and that. So yeah, I like how this turned out, even though my flower drawings are kind of sad. So I made like a conscious effort to try to stay off Facebook a little bit more this month. And shockingly, I had a little bit of time on my hands. So I read an audio or listened to an audiobook start to finish, which I tend to like check out a lot of audiobooks from the library, and they're usually books that I have already read before because I like to listen to them as I fall asleep. But this one is one that I hadn't read before or even really heard of. I think it came up in like one of my suggestions on Hoopla, and I listened to it, and I have I think I have maybe 40 minutes left, but I'm really enjoying it. And then I have the last episode of Dr. Death to listen to. I just started listening to Serial Season 3, so I think they've only released I've listened to 2 episodes. I think those are the only 2 that they've released so far. I'm not sure like what days the new ones come out yet. And then I just started listening to The Dream, and I listened to 1 episode, and I think there may be only 3 of those out so far, which is about like multi-level marketing, I think. So, I don't know, I'm sorry, there's like something buzzing around me. So yeah, and then I also managed to read, so I'm recording this on Tuesday. The end of the week is Sunday, and I will have finished my 3rd book. Actually, I will have finished it by Thursday because that's when it's due back at the library. But I did manage to read 3 like actual, hardback books this month as well. The Book of Essie, A Stranger in the House, and Sunburn. I didn't really like Stranger in the House. Excuse me. I enjoyed the Book of Essie. And Sunburn, I haven't made my final determination. So far, I'm still intrigued by it, so we'll see how that turns out. And then I think this is my most favorite thing I've ever had to put like in my memory journal that wasn't like a family memory. So when my daughter was here a couple weeks ago, we went downtown. They have this thing called City Flea, which they have them in a lot of cities, but it's like a curated, I don't know, it's like a hipster flea market. And then we went out to lunch, and my daughter was coming from somewhere else, so she was meeting us down there, and we got separated. So we were wandering around downtown trying to figure out like where she parked so we could meet her to help her with the baby. And we were just like walking past Music Hall, and there were like these 2 guys standing out in front chatting, and the closer we got to them, I was like, oh my God, I know that guy. And my husband like leaned over and whispered like, isn't that your dude? Which is what he calls like anybody that I have like any kind of crush on. And I was like, oh my God, it's him. So like when we walked past, I just was like, oh, hi, how are you? And he said, I'm fine, how are you? And, you know, we kept going. And then like as we passed him, I was like trying not to freak out, and I was saying to my husband and my son-in-law, like, I should ask him for a picture. Should I ask him for a picture? Oh my God, do you think he'll be annoyed? My husband's like, oh, you're such a weirdo. Just, if you want a picture, go ask him. The worst he can do is say no. So like we stopped and I went back and I said, I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. Would you mind? I'm like a huge fan. Which, if you don't know, this is Leslie Odom Jr., who played Aaron Burr in Hamilton on Broadway. So he was doing a concert with Cincinnati Pops over that weekend. So this must have been like after his rehearsal. But anyway, I said, I'm a huge Hamilton fan. I'm a huge fan of yours. Would you mind taking a photo with me? And he was very gracious and very kind and said, of course. And so my husband got a few shots of us together, and actually some decent ones where I wasn't looking like a total dweeb. But like, we live in Cincinnati, you know, I don't know that I would ever meet like one of my Broadway like crushes just wandering down the street being annoyed because it was hot and we couldn't find my daughter. But yeah, so I just wrote Aaron Burr, sir, because that's what Hamilton says in Hamilton. So yeah, that was thrilling. And then my last memory keeping was my husband and I celebrated our 15th first date anniversary on September 19th. So he got us tickets to the Cincinnati Ballet. So I just... this was on the back of like our program that they give you, and so I just fussy cut it out and put some, I don't know if you can tell, these are like metallic watercolors, and I wrote a little bit about just how sweet, like honestly I almost forgot because my husband asked me like, do you think we can get a sitter for the 19th? And you know, I'm like, I don't know, what's the 19th? And he's like, oh, you don't remember. So he always remembers. He's very good about that kind of stuff. And then I just made this little pocket and stuck our tickets in there. And then that is the end of my month. So I will say that I have enjoyed using this so much. I love having just like my plans mixed in with memories of that month. So this is definitely something that I'm going to try to do for the rest of the year. I did not get a Cocoa Daisy box for October. So I'm doing it in a little bit of a different way, but that should be my next video coming out. So, or you may actually see it before you see this video. I'm not sure when they're going up, but yeah, it is coming. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you are have a Cocoa Daisy subscription, let me know like how you use your Daisy Dories, and do you use it strictly for memory keeping? Do you use it for planning? Is it like a journal? Is it a mashup of all the things? So leave me a comment down below. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.